A specter is haunting Europe. The specter of communism. All the powers of old Europe have entered into a holy alliance to exorcise this specter. Pope and Tsar. Metternich and Guizot, French radicals and German police spies. Where is the party in opposition that has not been decried as communistic by its opponents in power? Where is the opposition that has not hurled back the branding reproach of communism against the more advanced opposition parties, as well as against its reactionary adversaries? Two things result from this fact. Communism is already acknowledged by all European powers to be itself a power. It is high time that communists should openly, in the face of the whole world, publish their views, their arms, their tendencies, and meet this nursery tale of the specter of communism with a manifesto of the party itself. To this end, communists communists of various nationalities have assembled in London and sketched the following manifesto to be published in the English, French, German, Italian, Flemish, and Danish languages. Chapter 1: Bourgeoisie and Proletariat. The history of the hitherto existing society is the history of class struggles. Freeman and slave, partition and plebeian, lord and serf, guildmaster and journeyman. In a word, oppressor and oppressed stood in constant opposition to one another, carried on an uninterrupted, now hidden, now open fight. A fight that each time ended either in a revolutionary reconstruction of society at large, or in the common ruin of the contending classes. In the earlier epochs of history, we find almost everywhere a complicated arrangement of society into various orders. A manifold gradation of social rank. In ancient Rome, we have patricians, knights, plebeians, slaves in the Middle Ages, feudal lords, vassals, guildmasters, journeymen, apprentices, serfs, and almost all of these classes again, subordinate gradations. The modern bourgeoisie society that has sprouted from the ruins of feudal society has not done away with class antagonisms, but it has established new classes, new conditions of oppression, new forms of struggle in place of the old ones. Our epoch, the epoch of the bourgeoisie, possesses, however, this distinct feature. It has simplified class antagonisms. Society as a whole is more and more splitting up into two great hostile camps. into two great hostile camps, into two great classes directly facing each other, bourgeoisie and proletariat. From the serfs of the Middle Ages sprang the chartered burghers of the earliest towns. From these burgesses, the first elements of the bourgeoisie were developed. The discovery of America, the rounding of the Cape, opened up fresh ground for the rising bourgeoisie. The East Indian and Chinese markets, the colonialization of America, trade with the colonies, the increase in the means of exchange and in commodities generally gave to commerce, to navigation, to industry, an impulse never known before, and thereby to the revolutionary element of the tottering feudal society, a rapid development. Holy shit. The feudal system of industry, in which industrial protection was monopolized by closed guilds, now no longer sufficed for the growing wants of the new markets. The manufacturing systems took its place. The guildmasters were pushed on one side by the manufacturing. Middle class. Division of labor between the different corporate guilds vanished in the face of division of labor in each single workshop. Meaning the markets ever kept growing. The demand ever rising, even manufacture no longer sufficed. Thereupon, steam and machinery revisionized industrial production. The place of manufacture was taken by the giant. Modern industry, the place of the industrial middle class by industrial millionaires. The leaders of the whole industrial armies, the modern bourgeoisies. By the millionaires, the leaders of the whole industrial, of the bourgeoisie. Modern industry was established, the world market, for which for which the discovery of America paved the way. This market has given an immense development to commerce, to navigation, to communication by land. This development has, in its turn, reacted on the extension of industry, and in proportion of industry, as industry, commerce, navigation, railways extended. In the same proportional, the bourgeoisie's developed, increased its capital, and pushed into the background every class handed down from the Middle Ages. We see, therefore, how the modern bourgeoisie is itself the product of a long course of development, of a series of revolutions and the modes of production and exchange. Each step in the development of the bourgeoisie was accompanied by a corresponding political advance of that class, an oppressed class under the sway of the feudal nobility, an armed and self-governing association in the medieval commune. Here, independent urban republic, as in Italy and Germany, their taxable third state of the monarchy, as in France. Afterwards, in the period of manufacturing proper, serving either the semi-feudal or the absolute monarchy as a counterpoise against the nobility, and in fact, cornerstone of the great monarchies in general. Cornerstone of the great monarchies in general, the bourgeoisie has at last, since the establishment of modern industry and the world bitch. Conquered for itself in the modern representative state exclusive political sway. The executive of the modern state is but a committee for managing the common affairs of the whole bourgeoisie. Oh my. The bourgeoisie historically has played a most revolutionary part. The bourgeoisie, whenever it has got the upper hand, has put an end to all feudal, patriarchal, idyllic relations. It is pitilessly torn asunder the motley feudal ties that bound man to his natural superiors. It is pitilessly torn asunder the monotonously feudal ties that bound man to his natural superiors, and has left remaining no other nexus between man and man, that naked self-interest, that callous cash payment has drowned the most heavenly ecstasies of religious forever, of chivalrous enthusiasm, of Philistine sentimentalism, and the icy water of egotistical calculation has resulted in personal worth into exchange value in place of numberless indefeasible chartered freedoms, has set up that single unconscionable freedom, free trade, in one word, for exploration, veiled by religious and politically illusions. It has substituted naked, shameless, direct, brutal exploitation. The bourgeoisie is stripped of its halo. Every occupation here, though honored and looked to, the reverent Wa is converted. The vision, the lore, the priest, the poet, the man of science, paid laborers